All right, follow along if you are interested in getting your pistol out of your concealed carry holster safer, faster, and with purpose. I'm gonna give you guys some quick dry fire today that you can do that's gonna make you safer. You're gonna have a more repeatable, a more reliable, and a more robust draw stroke. Robust means it's gonna stand up to force, to violence, to you being tired, cold, wet, bloody, scared, etc. Everything that we do, think to ourselves, is what I'm training gonna support me winning in violence? If you don't know the answer to that, go find somebody that does, somebody that knows more, and say, hey, this thing I'm training, is this what I should be doing? When we go to training, we learn new things, then we go home range, home, garage, wherever we're practicing, and we practice what we trained, what we learned. First things first, this gun is empty, let's verify it. Good practices, good systems support a good outcome. Check the chamber, that's where the cartridge goes, right? Into the barrel, into the chamber. Check the breech or bolt face. Check the mag well. Pause, look away. You might laugh at this. Systems matter, redundancy matters. I just found out about somebody I know shooting themselves with an unloaded gun last week. Clearly it wasn't unloaded. Systems matter. Look away, look back, chamber, breech or bolt face, mag well again. Finger straight, recover safely to the holster. When we're dry firing, remove all ammunition from the training area and make sure that mentally you are in a state of mind that you know I'm training with an unloaded gun. Still though, have safe practices. I'm not pointing the gun at my neighbor's office. I'm not pointing the gun at something that I shouldn't be. Ingrain good habits. All right, the dry fire practice to develop a consistent, repeatable, reliable, robust draw stroke. How we access the gun. Today we're working with a t-shirt. Many of us just wear closed cover garments like this. So this is the nature of this video. Multiple ways to do it. We're gonna try it with our support hand, accessing or clearing the cover garment to gain access, and we're gonna try it single-handed, where we come up and get to the gun with just a single hand. How we access the gun matters. Repeatable means that I'm gonna do it the same way over and over and over. Reliable means that I've developed a system that if I do it, it's probably going to work with a high level of certainty. And robust means that what I'm practicing is gonna stand up to the rigors of life. It's gonna stand up to somebody pushing, fighting, pulling, etc. So we'll start out with this one. We're going to grab the bottom of the shirt, not plucking it, but we're gonna grab material. See that? I'm actually got my fingers inside, so my hand is like a scoop, and I'm gonna grab tight. Don't want to just pluck a little bit with a few fingers. I'm gonna put my fingers inside the shirt, and I'm gonna fulcrum from my elbow. Check this out, just like this, just like this. So I'm gonna come up to the opposite shoulder. If it's my left hand, I'm gonna come up to the opposite shoulder. If it's my right hand, if I'm a left hand dominant, I'm gonna come up to my left shoulder. Super simple. So for you lefties, I'm gonna grab right over your zipper line, really. Ideally, it's gonna be over your pistol. For me, that's about my zipper line, right? So if the gun is a little left or right of center, grab over the pistol. I'm gonna be under it, but when I say over it, I'm saying over it outside of the garment. So I'm gonna grab that material and I'm gonna come straight up onto my shoulder. Look at that. So I can practice this. Straighten your shirt, and we'll go for 10 reps. Straighten the shirt, relax yourself. You can work from different hand positions. Hey man, I'm sorry that I bumped your car. Let's just exchange numbers here. Cops are on their way. We'll get it sorted out. I've got good insurance. Go to the shirt, come straight up. Of course, I'm not suggesting that having a conversation has turned into violence. I'm mimicking having a conversation with somebody that's violent. My hands are in this non-aggressive posture, but from here I can strike, I can do things, right? Do whatever I need to. So we'll try it 10 times. That was 1, 2. Straighten the shirt, maybe hands at my side. 3. Straighten the shirt. 4, 5, hands back up. Look, man, I've got no problem. Go to the shirt, straight up. 6, 7, 8, and I missed it. Try to make it up faster. That's why I'm doing it. 9, 10. After that miss, I wanted to make sure I was being very mindful. We'll do one more. Easy. So that's one way to access it. Here's another. If we take our hand, there's people that claim various body postures. There's humans that teach things, sports, shooting, and they say, that's my technique. Nobody can claim the human body. Nobody can claim that they own the human body. That said, there always is somebody that's a trendsetter, a pioneer. Hand down, if we think about this, support hand down. And what we're doing now is grabbing shirt, scrunching, right? You see that? And in doing so, I can pull that shirt up out of the way. I prefer this method over this because depending on how tight my shirt is, the material, if I'm sweaty, if the shirt's stuck to my skin, this way is not always as reliable, but the hand's gonna come down and we're going to grab material and scrunch straight up versus if I come this way, if you see this when I squeeze, I'm pulling the shirt tight around the gun. So if the hand comes down in this fashion, down and up, I clear the gun. So same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you may ask, why am I not doing anything with my support hand? I just want to make sure that we're getting a good idea of what's happening. I don't want to add too much. So once we've got that clearance of the garment down, I'm just giving you 2 options in this video for that. We're going to now incorporate our hand. So we'll go back to number 1. I get my fingers around the bottom of the shirt, I come up, and I come to the gun. Now, how do we come to the gun is what's important as we train this. So form your 2-hand master grip, form it just like you were shooting, remove your support hand, don't break this master grip. By that I mean don't move where the main dominant hand fingers connect to the gun. Go to the holster without releasing that grip, and this is what I need to find. So when I connect to the gun, that's it, that's my grip, because as my gun comes out, I've achieved my master grip. I'm high and tight, but I'm also bit in so that I'm lined up exactly how my hands are gonna join and press out. So form your grip, come back in, go to the holster safely. If you notice in the appendix position, I always pop my pelvis forward. I pop my pelvis forward because that orients the gun away from me. I also verify, and I have students do this, verbally and visually. So visualize first and then verbalize, my trigger guard is clear. I picked that up from Jeff Gonzales, a nice tip. And safely, no rush, go to the holster. We understand what we're trying to achieve with our dominant hand. We clear, and our hand goes to the gun. Before you do anything, just feel that. You can even close your eyes. Up, that's right. So if my gun comes out, I've got that grip that I'm looking for. I'm practicing going back to the holster safely. All this dry fire is exactly as I would want to do it for real. All right, just slow, no rush. I'm trying to build good habits. In order to build good habits, I have to be mindful of what I'm doing. If I just try to go real quick, I'm not even conscious of some of the crap I'm doing or not doing. Hands in a relaxed position, go to the shirt. Nice. Now, if you notice, as I was demonstrating, I was tossing my hips forward. I felt that. I'm going to correct that. That's extra movement. So to be fast, we need to be efficient. And part of efficiency is removing waste, that which doesn't need to be there. So filming yourself and watching yourself, you may see some hiccups, some things that you're doing with your body that you don't need to do. Just relax. Really, just the arms are moving. Up. See that? Not a lot is moving. Fingers straight. Not a lot is moving. Up, grip, clear the holster. Join the hands. This touch point is super important, not what this video is about, but think about if you join your hands, how you're creating that touch point and rolling out. Safe to holster. Up, connect, clear the holster, touch, roll out, sight picture. Fingers straight, safe to holster. Connect, clear. Make sense? Let's try it the other way. Grab, up. Fingers straight. Let's try it again. Here, up. Being mindful of my body posture the entire time. Here, up. Now, body size, gun position, friction coefficient, big words, of your skin in relationship to the grip panel of your gun. All this stuff matters. That's why we're practicing it. If you do this for 5 or 10 minutes a day, you're gonna have a very efficient draw stroke. Don't even worry about going quickly right now. Just worry, or not even worry. Invest the energy in smooth, efficient movement. Let's talk a little bit about that single hand. Why would I do that? This hand's preoccupied. This hand's holding something. This hand's injured. Support hand. There's a couple ways to do it. I can come with my thumb, and you're gonna notice I could also do that here too, right? I could come up with my thumb. There's various ways to do this. Anybody that says here's the only way, be leery. But if you notice with the strong hand only, I'll show you, I can come under with my thumb, come up, and I kind of pinch the shirt with this chunk of my arm. So I come up, and I come right down onto the gun. I come up, right down onto the gun. See that? I can try this method where I'm grabbing up, I pinch, see that? Straight down onto the gun. I can try a hybrid of the first method where that hand is turned down. Now, what I have found personally, as soon as I start training single-handed draw strokes, all of you brush your teeth the same way, right? You've got different motions you do, or the way you hold a fork. You don't all of a sudden start doing it a different way. I want to understand if this arm is not useful, how to get this gun out. But as soon as I start training single-handed draw strokes and I go to the firing line to practice a live drill, I end up doing this because I just told my brain this is how we do it. Be leery of what you put in, because it is what you will get out. But understand that you need to be capable of doing this stuff with both hands. We'll do a future video on doing some things like this, or like this. What if you only have a support hand, right? Fingers straight, safe to holster. I hope this was helpful. Purpose of the video is to, again, ingrain how we get to the gun. So let's talk about key takeaways, how we grab the cover garment. You can choose a couple of methods. Hook from the bottom, come up straight across to the opposite shoulder. So if it's your left hand, you're going to your right, fulcruming at the elbow. If it's your right hand, you're fulcruming at the elbow, going to your left shoulder. Super simple, right? Accessing the gun. If we're using that pluck method, try to point your hand south, straight down, towards your D-tip, grab the garments, come up, right? You can see how much of that comes up and out of the way. You could also try your thumb, up and out of the way. Up and out of the way, up and out of the way. And what I just did was I hooked my belt, which is why I don't prefer that method. You could also hook a belt loop doing that. I prefer my favorite. This is how we humans work the best, grabbing a hold of things. I like that, robust, strong, right? Second point, so we got the first point, key takeaway, how we grip the garment. Second one, how we connect to the gun. And again, the reminder of that, build your grip. Identify how your hand connects to the gun. Your support hand is off the gun at this point, strong hands on the gun. Identify how it connects to the gun, go safely into the holster, and feel it. That is the connection that I want, so that when that gun comes out, everything is joined up how I want it. Third takeaway, be mindful of what you're doing. Don't just blaze through this stuff. You're gonna get a bad outcome. Be mindful of it. Don't go fast, don't go slow. You can do the wrong thing fast, you can do the wrong thing slow. You can do the right thing fast, you can do the right thing slow. Very important that you are mindful of what you're doing so that you get a good outcome. Mickey with CarryTrainer.com. Drew behind the editing desk and most of the time behind the camera. Audio extraordinaire. If you like the audio on these videos, send a thank you to Drew. S12 just went off without a hitch. Guys, Gunfighter Gun Oil is our brand. People ask us all the time why we support it. Not only do we support it, we own it. So if you haven't tried Gunfighter Gun Oil, made in the USA, completely synthetic, a high quality synthetic, I would put it up against any firearm lubricant on the planet. If you haven't tried it and you have an opinion on it, how do you have an opinion if you haven't tried it? Go get some and try it. We are also always looking for new dealers that want to represent quality made in the USA brands. You can hit us up at training@carrytrainer.com and we will talk to you about how to become a dealer, or go to gunfighteroil.com to buy some. Be well, don't be dickheads. Be mindful of what you're doing, because what you put in is indeed what you're going to get out. Be well.